The Capital Region Education Council, our 35 member districts, partners, and stakeholders have worked hand in hand to bring regional efficiency to the business of educating our communities. CREC is committed to the belief that by identifying common problems, facilitating constructive dialogue, and organizing effective solutions, we can effect positive change. As we strive to close the achievement gap, identify cost savings in our districts, provide resources for reaching exceptional students, and improve literacy in adult learners, we realize how daunting these challenges are to overcome as individual districts. But by working together, we can. In 2007, the CREC Common Assessment Consortium was formed to support local school districts in creating common formative assessment tools for grades 3 through 8, allowing educators to monitor student progress throughout the year. Our success captured the attention of the Connecticut Department of Education, which has recently asked CREC to expand the development of these assessments to include kindergarten through 2nd grade. The Common Assessment Consortium and now the newly formed K-2 Consortium are being used in many of our districts, as well as districts statewide to increase student achievement.
Windsor and other districts have struggled with, well, how do you incorporate really credible assessments that will help you monitor student performance and use quality data in order to help with even the development of curriculum as well as day-to-day instruction so that we're meeting the individual needs of students, and that's been a huge struggle. CREC has enabled districts to come together and collectively address that issue through the CREC Common Assessment Consortium.
We give these common formative assessments so that there is a commonality across the district, so that all teachers are given the same expectations to help us as a district to be able to rise in our areas of weakness. I can address the areas of weakness as a district, and teachers can also address their areas within their own classrooms. We currently use the CREC item bank to be able to create common formative assessments. And these assessments are distributed throughout the district as a way to work on the areas that really need a boost. When students are in your classroom and they're coming upon the CMT or any other type of measure for how they're going to be assessed, teachers need to know how they can reach their students the best.
I'm using these items that we've developed in the workshop to have my students look at how open-ended questions are answered, making sure they understand that explaining their reasoning is as important as answering the question originally. And 3rd and 4th grade and 5th grade teachers really use the data bank and can pull problems to have their students practice areas that we have found students have more of a hard time with on the CMTs. I believe that the workshop and the work we've done here is helping students make that achievement gap where they're missing areas, because we're really focusing on the questions that we're focusing on are the areas that students are having more of a difficult time with. And so if we can help them by giving them problems from the data bank and practice and explain how they can fix their answers and have more than one time at practicing, the students will do better making that achievement gap close.
CREC currently manages 3 cooperative purchasing programs: the Connecticut Consortium for Cooperative Purchasing, the PEPM Technology Bidding and Purchasing Program, and the Association of Educational Purchasing Agencies. This year, 170 school districts, towns, and nonprofit organizations in Connecticut and throughout New England will spend approximately $15 million on cooperatively bid products, saving an estimated $3 million on audio-visual equipment, office machines, classroom supplies, industrial supplies, school furniture, sports equipment, vehicles, and more.
I've been with the East Hartford Board of Ed for almost 6 years, and ever since I got there, we've been conditioning people to do their own homework. We've got the schools doing their own research on the different consortiums out there, and they love it. It's like they're saving money in their own pocket because they're doing their own comparisons. Cooperative purchasing just means getting your best bang for the buck. It's no different than you going to a BJ's or a Sam's because they buy in bulk, you're going to get a better price for it. When a school or a town joins a consortium, when they bid it out, you're not just going to bid for the little Board of Education in East Hartford, you're going to bid for the state of Connecticut if you use the DAS contracts, for example. So you're going to get a better price.
CREC's cooperative purchasing programs help districts by saving them money first and foremost. We've joined together with educational service agencies throughout the country to get nationwide pricing on goods and services that schools purchase, and we've also gone through the bidding process for them.
It saves the towns and the boards a lot of trouble of having to go out to bid. It saves a lot of expense for doing that and a lot of time. What do we use it for? We use it for everything. We just used it for trucks. We use it for office supplies. A purchase order had come through for 17 projectors, and the school thought they had gotten a great deal on it for $160 each, plus shipping. When I checked the CREC contract, and again, within a matter of seconds I was able to do this, the CREC contract had the exact same thing on it for $100. So they saved $60. They saved well over $1,000 in less than 2-3 minutes.
In addition to the normal things you would think of for cooperative purchasing, like paper and school supplies, we also offer things like Medicaid reimbursement, parent notification systems, student data management, athletic tracks, fields, and courts, and we're adding new products and services all the time.
Lincoln Academy opened in September of 2009 to provide special evaluative and educational services for children having difficulties in their home school districts. Students participate in a full educational day that includes the core academics, electives, recreational, and group activities. Lincoln Academy is committed to working towards the goal of a successful return to the child's home district.
Lincoln Academy has certainly helped us here in Wethersfield this year with regard to an alternative setting we may need for a student that has been expelled. Where we would normally offer an alternative program that consists primarily of tutoring, the Lincoln Academy provides a great deal more and also takes into account the fact that the student will be returning to district, which is what our expectation is. They're receiving the therapy, they're receiving the core educational program, they're receiving electives as well, as opposed to something as simple as just one-to-one tutoring. So it's a more complete program. It's a school setting, which certainly benefits the student. And again, there's that collaboration piece that comes about with regard to that student's return. So we're hopeful. Again, we don't have a lot of history given the fact that this is Lincoln Academy's first year, and certainly our first year in partnership with Lincoln. But our goal is, and our expectation is these students will return to the public school setting and be successful.
Justin felt like he lost his whole support system and he had nothing. The big thing is that they listened to us and listened to what he was feeling at the time.
Lincoln Academy, it's great. Like she said, they listen. They understand where you're coming from. They help you work out what you need to work on. You have problems, you come to them, they'll handle it. They'll talk to you, they'll calm you down. I mean, learning's fun over there. Like, I've never liked to learn before, but over there, I don't want to stop. They've taught me that I can control my anger and I can work hard without stopping. That I have a strong will. That I don't give up easily. And that I'm gonna keep going until I reach my goal.
Everybody's always treated him like he's bad. You know, he's a bad boy. And I'd say, no, he's not bad. He's misunderstood. But he finally is accepted and he feels like he is a good kid. He's gotten all A's for the first time ever in his whole schooling. For the first time this marking period, all A's and B's. So it's very exciting.
CREC and the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving are the lead partners of a regional project to address adult literacy in the Greater Hartford area. The initial 3-year, $1.5 million effort funded by the foundation works with nonprofit and public agencies to improve and expand programs and increase collaboration and coordination of services to meet the needs of adult learners.
The Hartford Foundation is the community foundation for Hartford and the 28 surrounding towns. A couple of years ago, we commissioned a study to determine what the literacy level is in this region for adults. we learned that within the Greater Hartford region, 40% of adults function at the two lowest literacy levels. That is, they cannot read to their children, cannot understand a bus schedule or prescription, have difficulty filling out a job application. Worse yet, we learned that within the city of Hartford, that statistic rises to 70%. We and our friends in this region decided it was time to take action. As a key partner in this effort, CREC identifies best practices among the service providers and provides technical assistance and training where needed.
Albany Avenue has such a stigma at times, but there are many good things that are happening in Albany Avenue. And what's happening at the Center for Urban Research, where these students come in, it's something dynamic. And that's where we could start do our part to change, start from that area, and it's going to spread on out. And pretty soon, you will see the impact because we're having a more educated population. The parents can read to their kids. They can go to parent-teachers conference. They could become active in the school. Many parents shied away from schools because they had a bad experience when they were in school. So they'd rather stay as far as possible from school, not involved. Not because they want to, but because they can't or because there's some residual negative feelings in their head, so they avoid school. We're trying to change that. Say, come here.
Current adult literacy classes has been very helpful to me in a way that I no longer has to hesitate about picking up a book, picking up a Bible, or reading the newspaper. It really have been tremendously a gift and a blessing to me to be in the adult literacy class of this magnitude. So I can't say enough about how important this is for our community.
Many of the parents not able to read the stories to the children or even help them with their homework. And when they graduate from school and can't read and do anything, you know where they are heading. I have a medical problem in my neck, and I do not know how I'm going to hold my grandchildren, but I will be able to read to them. I will be able to read to them.
Once they come in and they find that this is real, they're inspired to learn and keep coming so that they can read and monitor their children's homework. Grandparents, it's a whole community. And so the bigger picture is what I'm talking about, what we're trying to accomplish and make a dent. And if we have 60, 70, 80 adults that we're helping to change attitudes and helping them to empower themselves. Think about what that does. It has a ripple effect. And then eventually it will help Hartford to come out of the slump that it is. And that's what we're about. We want, as an organization, that's our mission to see. And especially we're immigrants, we want to be contributing to the society, family and the society.
The foundation is dedicated to a strong community, and having a literate population, an educated literate population, is an essential part of that. As a result of this project, we hope that there will be stronger coordination of services among service providers, that best practices will prevail in all aspects, and the result will be a very strong, educated, literate, productive community for Hartford and the region.
By using regional efficiency and collaboration to save time, resources, and money in the delivery of high-quality educational services, CREC and its partners are proving that by working together, we can improve the quality of life in our communities and help our children to succeed.